live, local, late breaking. This is KOLD News 13 live.
Right now at 6, it has happened again. A Tucson church in disbelief after they were broken into for the 4th time this year. It's actually the same church where just months ago a suspect was caught on camera ripping TVs right off the walls.
KOLD News 13's Kevin Adger is at Tucson Baptist Church near 22nd and Columbus with what the pastor has to say about this.
This is our 4th time this year that we've been vandalized, broken into, theft, and it is getting tiring.
The person or persons responsible caused some major damage this time around. These are some of the pictures the church shared with us of the damage. We learned that this happened before 6:30 this morning.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No question.
Pastor Brent Armstrong tells us 14 rooms were vandalized, 3 iPads were taken, and the damage is estimated at $3,000.
It is frustrating to revisit this time and time again because the purpose of our church is to serve our community. We love our community.
Every single one of these items had a place in this building or one of the rooms. Well, earlier this morning they found all of this in a wash down the street from the church.
There were just all kinds of things that were taken from the building, and sadly we still have many things that haven't been recovered.
Maybe the saddest part about this incident, the building is home to the church school. So 80 K through 4th grade students had to be relocated because of the police investigation.
We'll now have to look at this building and talk with our leadership and see what we can do to further secure this building.
Tucson police investigators were at the church for most of the day. If you have any information about this case, you're asked to call 88 Crime. From Columbus and 22nd, Kevin Adger, KOLD News 13, live local 8 breaking.
Well, right now, our KOLD News 13 crime team still working to learn more about a man accused of not 1, but 5 different sexual assaults. Here's what we do know so far. Right now, 22-year-old Adrian Baliani is out of jail on bond. Police say he knew all 5 of those victims, but they are still asking for your help. If you know anything about these cases, please call the Tucson Police Department or 88 Crime if you want to remain anonymous. Our KOLD News 13 crime team also learning new information about a man accused of building bombs and showing FBI undercover agents how to do it. Ahmad Suhad Ahmad was in court this morning for a detention hearing. A federal judge is deciding whether or not he will stay in jail. You're looking at new video of his family leaving court without him. Prosecutors say he is a danger to the community and he has a history of substance abuse. But his defense argues he's been clean from drugs for over a year and that if he was a flight risk, he would have already taken off. The judge still has not decided. Ahmad remains in the custody of U.S. Marshals. We now know the fate of a man convicted of killing another man in his Northwest Side home. James LaPon has been sentenced to natural life in prison for the 2016 murder of Nick Morelos. You might recall Morelos' body was found in his home near Hartman and Cortero. LaPon was also given 10.5 years for burglarizing the house. Both men worked together at Pinal Air Park.
New at 6, more questions than answers tonight after a hazmat scare at Sahuarita Middle School. One of their buildings had to be evacuated after several students said they felt sick and lightheaded. A hazmat team from Rural Metro responded but said they didn't find any problems with the air quality. The students who felt sick were checked out and sent home, and classes picked back up as usual. The district did send out a letter to let parents know.
Policy changes within the Tucson Police Department likely saved several lives in what could have been a major drug overdose. One person did die, but up to 8 others were on the edge of death when police arrived at a home on East Idaho last night. That's on the south side. Police say that it appears to be fentanyl related, but it's still under investigation. The dead man was 19 years old. All the others were in their late teens and early 20s. All police officers are required to carry the opioid reversal drug naloxone, which was used the moment the officers arrived.
So in this case, we know that the officers who used this drug very likely contributed to saving several lives.
2 people left the house and flagged down those officers. Those people will not be charged under a new provision of the Good Samaritan law, which says they can alert police to overdoses without penalty.
Happening right now, we are starting the weekend with the spirits. It's all about remembrance, starting with Dia de los Muertos tonight.
The Day of the Dead celebration bringing families together to honor relatives who have passed away. KOLD News 13's Evan Schreiber is already seeing that gathering grow. He is live on the south side at the South Lawn Mortuary and Cemetery near Drexel and Park. And Evan, it's a night of celebration as we do remember those who have passed away.
Dan, certainly unique. What is typically a somber scene at a cemetery, tonight is not that night, guys. The annual tradition, Dia de los Muertos, and we are already seeing that festive spirit. Let's give you a live look right now at some music here at the South Lawn Cemetery and Mortuary. It's been going on for weeks, guys, with community altars set up, giving families a chance to give special offerings to their loved ones. And it has become certainly a bit of a competition here, even with judging for the best design of the altar dedicated to their loved ones. It is just the start, though, of one of the biggest weekends event-wise here in southern Arizona. So tonight, Dia de los Muertos celebration here. Tomorrow, in the spirit of all of this, the free procession of Little Angels. That's happening in Armory Park in downtown. And then, guys, on Sunday, one of the largest events that this area usually sees around this time, the 29th annual All Souls procession. That's happening on the west side on Sunday. But tonight, they are getting ready for a procession of their own here at the cemetery, and we will have that for you, all the sights, sounds, so many stories with thousands of people here at the cemetery and mortuary. We'll have that for you tonight at 10. I'm live on the south side near Park and Drexel. Evan Schreiber, KOLD News 13, live local late breaking.
All right, thanks, Evan. It is nice to hear that music as we remember our loved ones who passed. Yes. Well, also happening tonight, Comic-Con 2018 is underway in Tucson.
The doors at the Tucson Convention Center open at 3. Comic-Con isn't just for comic book fans. It's home to anything and everything in fantasy, sci-fi, gaming, and television fandom. There's a game room, costume contest, merchandise for sale, and so much more. Authors, artists, pro wrestlers, entertainers from across the country are here for this event, which just gets bigger every year.
When we walk up and see the big lines and people dressed up and having a good time, it's very exciting.
The fans will come up and tell me about their favorite time growing up, when they were with their grandfather or their dad. It was their special time of the week together. And I love hearing that stuff, man, because I can see it in their eyes that they really had a quiet moment with their parent.
Jake the Snake, awesome. I can't wait to go tomorrow. The event goes till 8 tonight. Great community, very welcoming, and doors open again tomorrow at 10.
And would you say it was $25 per ticket?
It's around there, yeah, for a grown-up ticket. And then you get a nice, cheaper kids ticket.
Right on. Well, with everything going on, it is a busy night out on our roads. Here's a live look at Interstate 10 and Speedway. Look at the traffic backed up. All those cars getting off the freeway, lining up all the way down the off-ramp. These
are ADOT's traffic cameras that refresh every few seconds. So if you're headed out tonight, just make sure, give yourself some extra time to get where you're going, because it's kind of crowded out there.
And you're going to see a lot of traffic around the U of A, especially the Arizona Wildcats taking on the Colorado Buffaloes. Sports Director Damian Alameda will tell you more about that in a moment. But first, we check in with Chief Meteorologist Lisa Villegas because we got another weather to play the football, Lisa.
Totally. In fact, the temperatures are going to drop. Take that coat with you. Temperatures from here on out really dropping pretty quickly because of the dry air in place. So 65 degrees right around 8 o'clock, right after kickoff at 7:30. Then those 50s hit by midnight. In fact, I'm expecting those 50s to pop up right around 11 o'clock tonight. So that's a breakdown of what we can expect this evening. I'll have a breakdown of your weekend events because there's a lot of them coming up here in the next 15 minutes.
All right, friends, Damian Alameda here. So with Colorado in town tonight, all thought goes back to what happened the last time the Wildcats faced the Buffaloes. You may recall it was an October evening that saw Brandon Dawkins start at quarterback, get injured, and open the door for Khalil Tate to spark a record-setting October. And it started out in Boulder with 327 yards, 4 scores rushing, 154 yards, 1 score passing, and a whole lot of open mouths left behind.
Overall, at any position, he's freakish there.
Man, I remember just sitting on the sideline like, okay, we're about to score again.
Will take 20, 15, cuts it back to the 10.
We're about to score again. We're about to score again. Nobody can stop him.
Down the 5, he is in. Touchdown, Arizona.
It was awesome.
These plays look like ones versus the threes in a scrimmage. I mean, it really was unfair. it was amazing, you know, for a guy to come off the bench and do what he did.
Everyone's standing still watching him, and it looks like he's toying with them.
Just anytime they would call a play, you'd be like, all right, well, it's going to be an easy drive because Khalil's going to run down the field and score.
Tate into the open. Khalil Tate to the 20, to the 50, 10-5, touchdown, Arizona, hat trick, Khalil Tate.
It was almost like playing Madden, you know, you can just score anytime you want. That's the only thing I can relate it to.
This right here is insult to injury because no one can tackle the man.
I told the Colorado defense, well, you know y'all done messed up.
He is a man amongst boys. Look, he is toying with them. He's tired. He's, like I said, he's still running 24 yards per carry.
It was like, oh, I didn't know he was that good. I said, oh, well.
Oh, well, indeed. Tate and the Cats meet the Buffaloes tonight at 7:30. Guys, back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Dee. As we head into a very busy weekend, it's already been a busy week for deputies and officers across the state. How many people were arrested for DUI on Halloween?
And he put a woman's life before his own when he pulled her from a burning building. How one local responder was honored today.